Welcome to this explainer. So, if you've ever wanted to write code but honestly just felt totally intimidated by the initial setup, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're diving straight into day 8 of the Creative Coders India at Zero series, and our focus? We're looking purely at getting you set up with Python. We're going to take you from a completely blank slate to writing your very first program in just a matter of minutes. Notice that number, 120 on the screen? Today's explainer actually covers just one vital, bite-sized mission in a massive 120-day coding journey, brought to you by Creative Coders India Official. By breaking everything down into daily, manageable steps, learning to code actually becomes completely achievable. So let's get you launched on your journey right now. Okay, let's look at our agenda. First, installing Python correctly, then verifying your installation, setting up VS Code, running your first program, and finally, a few tips for future coding. All right, jumping into step 1, installing Python correctly, which is really just getting the foundational software onto your machine. It's actually a lot easier than you might think. Just follow a quick progression here. First up, open your web browser and go directly to python.org. That is the official source. Always go there. Next, download the latest version specifically tailored for your operating system, whether that's Windows, Mac, or Linux. Once that download finishes, just run the installer. Okay, but wait, before you just blindly hit next or install, there is one absolutely crucial point. You literally must check the box that says Add Python to Path. If you skip this, your computer's terminal simply won't recognize your Python commands later on, and you're going to run into so many unnecessary errors. So check that box and then let the installation finish up. Moving right along to section 2, verifying your installation. Let's make sure this setup was an absolute success. To do this, open up your command prompt if you're on Windows or your terminal if you're on a Mac. Then just type the command python-version, or you can just use python-v. Hit enter and celebrate your very first win when your installed Python version proudly pops up on the screen. That proves your machine is officially ready to read Python. Now, on to section 3. Setting up VS Code, which is all about choosing the perfect environment to actually write your code. Because, let's face it, you really don't want to write code in just some standard text document. You want a dedicated editor. So head directly to code.visualstudio.com to download VS Code. Creative Coders India highly recommends this software as the absolute best starting point for beginners. Go ahead, download it, install it, and open it right up. You might be wondering, why do we recommend this specific editor? Well, because it perfectly combines 3 amazing attributes. First, it's lightweight, which means it won't bog your computer down. Second, it's incredibly powerful and handles complex coding tasks with total ease. And third, it's extensible. That basically ensures that while it stays fast for you today, it's going to seamlessly grow right alongside your coding skills tomorrow. And that brings us to the climax of this explainer. Section 4, running your first program. This is where we bring your very first lines of code to life. So inside your newly installed VS Code, execute this simple 1-2-3 sequence. First, create a new file and name it hello.py. That .py extension is super critical. It's what tells the editor that this is specifically a Python file. Second, write your code. Just type print, open a parentheses, and in quotes, write hello Python. Finally, open the terminal inside VS Code and type python hello.py. Hit enter, and boom! You'll see hello Python successfully output right to your screen. You, my friend, are officially coding. All right, section 5, tips for future coding. Let's look at some quick best practices to keep your momentum going strong. You did it. But before we wrap up this launchpad, the team at Creative Coders India wants you to keep a few vital tips in your toolkit. Always ensure you keep your Python software updated to the latest stable version. Next, definitely start getting into the habit of using virtual environments early on, especially as your projects get bigger and a bit more complex. And above all else, the real key to success is to practice daily, build actual projects, and always remember to just have fun while you're building. You are now completely set up with Python and VS Code, and you've actually run your first program. You are totally ready to evolve as a developer. To keep this awesome momentum going, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow Creative Coders India Official for daily coding updates. Now that you have the tools installed and the foundations are firmly laid, I want to leave you with one final exciting question to ask yourself. With this kind of power at your fingertips, what will you build next?